Hi, how are you? Fine. Today I would like to explain the first part, the most famous part of the piece für Elise, for Elise, from Ludwig van Bethoven. It's very famous. Every piano player played this piece, also with other instruments. So it could be interesting to make an analysis. It's not a difficult piece. Probably for this reason also there is its beauty, but also its simplicity. The piece is in A minor. That implies that it uses the note of the scale of A minor. When you have A minor, if you look at the violin, at the G key, you see nothing, because A minor use the same group of sharp or flat of C major, and this is no flat and no sharps. So in C major we have 7 notes natural, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. In A minor we have 7 notes, but starting from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. But these it's something old-fashioned, like medieval Renaissance music. In the Renaissance and in the Baroque music, the sensibility of the musician asked to change the note number 7, G sharp A, instead of. And when you change the note number 7, without changing the note number 6, it will be a little Arab music. Medieval Oriental music is not bad music, of course, it's wonderful music, but in Europe they don't like this Oriental effect. So the musician was used to change also the note number 6, the F. So a scale of A minor will have, not written on the key, but written on the piece, the F sharp and the G sharp. A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. But the 7 note G changed from G natural in G sharp is necessary only when you are going up, when you are going, for example, from E to A. In this case we need G sharp, but if you are going down, we don't need G sharp. So it's a problematic, the minor scale, because there is sometimes the note number 7 sharp, sometimes the note number 6 sharp, but only if related with the note number 7, and sometimes 7 and 6 natural. This is A minor. The fact that you write a piece in the tonality in A minor, that implies that you use the harmony and the chords that you can have in A minor. The first chord, the most important, is the chord build, I don't know, make upon the first note, A. It is the note are A, C, E, A, C, E, A, etc. The second is upon the second note, B, D, F, not very frequently used. The third, very important, on the third note, C, E, G. On the note number 4, A, F, A, D, F, A. When you have the chord on the note number 5, normally the G, the second note, E, G, B, is sharp. This is very important in the note, in the chord number 5. Chord number 5 and chord number 1 as the most important. You can write a lot of music just with these two chords. Number 1, 5. Chord number 1 and chord number 5. Then we have the chord number 6. The chord number 7 is not a lot used because it has the problem that it has this G. You can use it with G natural. In this case, the chord number 7 was with G natural, but Bach, for example, used a lot the chord number 7 with G sharp, and also with a dissonance, the 7. G sharp, B, D, F. Okay, this is just for starting. The piece starts with E. Okay? It doesn't start with A. We are in A minor. This is the tonality, but the piece starts with A, with E. Because, why? Because it's like starting with the chord number 5. So it's like starting with like a question, question mark. What are you doing? I'm starting here. So the piece doesn't start clearly with the chord number 1. No, start with the chord number 5 and go down until the first note. So just the first two notes are the bar number 0. The 6th note after are the bar number 1. The first real note of the piece is in bar number 2. Here we are. What happened before is just like an introduction, but this introduction is the most famous part of the piece. Why? Because it's make something around E. Instead of repeating 4 times, 5 times E, it makes something more interesting. E, D sharp. And D sharp, he is in the tonality of A minor? No. It's a note of another tonality, there's nothing to do, nothing with, that is not in this moment. D sharp is a note that is not in this tonality. But it's something very, very interesting because it's an half tone from E. If Beethoven wrote E natural, the piece is here, but it's, my God, less interesting. He could have wrote EF better because it's an half tone, but really E D sharp is the best solution because it's going down, put something melancholic. And what are the last three notes of bar 1? The last three notes and the note after. This is very interesting because the original text, we can suppose, was E, D, C, B, A. Because Beethoven was going from E to A. And this is the talent, this is the quality of this music. Instead of making E, D, C, B, A, that is not bad, but it's very, very normal, broken the melody, making some jump, and also what is doing is related with the chord of A, the fifth chord, A major, E, G sharp, B, and with the seventh, with the dissonance, D. For this reason, Beethoven writes E, B, D. There is many reasons when a composer decide to write this instead of this. One is for evitating banality, trivial. The second is for being related with this chord of fifth degree, E, G sharp, B with the dissonance D. The same of the boogie. And the third is for making a drawing more interesting. But the notes are here, E, B, no, E, D, C, B, A. So the piece start with E and go down. At the beginning, all the secret of the piece is in this beginning. In these two notes, here we are. Another question, why Beethoven wrote 2 times B, D sharp? This is more complicated. This rhythm is on 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Beethoven need to write something that when you have a repetition at the end, second line, second bar, you have to come back and repeat. But 2 beats of this bar are full. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I think that the decision to write just 4 times E, D sharp is related of this repetition. One thing that the people doesn't recognize is that the most important beat is upon the second E. Ta-ra, ta. play piru, 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 without accent. Of course, we cannot need to put an accent, but the structural accent is here. Okay, here we are. Now, what happened bar 2, 3, 4? Bar 2, 3, 4, it is harmony. Chord upon the first degree, A minor, and the chord of the fifth degree, E major, dominant, and again first. But in the bar number 4, the chord doesn't go straight away because the piece has to start back. And here we have the time, most very important, that we use after this octave jump. It's the same. It's used in a lot of music. And back after, at the end of the second bar, repeat this idea E, 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 E with the jump of octave. We will listen this beginning, so famous. Just one thing. All will repeat it exactly the same, but what in bar 3 is E, G sharp, B, C. That is a hand, but not a hand very definitive. It's more endlich. It's more definitive. In the first bar of the second line, instead make, and this idea is it's used a lot by Beethoven and other composers. We will listen the first part. Repetition. First, fifth, first, fifth, first, fifth, first. And now it's interesting. Beethoven is not really changing tonality. We could think that it's going in C major. But really is making a trip upon a journey upon the chord of this tonality, and is making the third degree, the seventh degree, and the first. Third, seven, first, fifth. What is the relationship between third, seventh, and first and fifth? Is the opposite of 5-1. 5-1 is the conclusion of a music. 5-1, and the same was with 7 third, but Beethoven is not playing. This is the chord of the tarantella. Beethoven make the opposite. Third, seventh, first, fifth. We listen this chord. Third, then seventh, first, fifth. What is important is the first note of each bar that is going down. E, D, C, B. And the melodical is very interesting because sometimes they put note together in a melodical order, but sometimes it put a very interesting jump, a seventh, a seventh, a seventh, and the seventh is not easy to be sung, I don't know, not easy. Is a dissonance when you put together, strong dissonance, but in this structure it works very, very well. No one could write this better. At this moment, its stop on E is not make the chord of E, E, G sharp, B, just E. E, a distance of octave, and then it starts with D sharp, E, D sharp, E, D sharp, E, D sharp, E, D sharp. I never know how many. In the first bar of the second line, the last three notes, that I was speaking about the Pathetica, is just the first solution found by Beethoven. In the first printing of für Elise, per Elisa, there is E, C, B, A. But after Beethoven changed his idea and put a dissonance, D, C. Why? I think this dissonance, D, C, is related to what happened after. There are G, F, F, E, E, D, and after E, D we have D, C. So probably Beethoven decided to put a dissonance. For the harmonical reason, this dissonance works because the chord of the first bar and the second line, E major, is E, G sharp, B, but many times in this chord, the dominant, the fifth degree, we have the seventh, D. And so in this moment, writing a D instead of E is this dissonance. Okay, I was telling you I don't know how many D sharp E. But the reason how many is related from the structure of the bar. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. But if you make a suspension, stop of the time, and if you make like a dream, can put more. It's just a question of interpretation. But Beethoven followed, of course, the structure 1, 2, 3 of the bar. After the piece change a lot, it's more difficult, it's more complicated for the harmonical reason. So I will stop here. I will play it again the last time, and I hope it has been useful. With D instead of E. Okay, I hope it has been useful. Bye bye.